Maryland's Cafe Society. From Maryland's Cafe Society. From Maryland's Cafe Society. All right, everyone. It is that time. It's that time for another edition, a summer special edition of Maryland's Cafe Society Radio right here on YouTube. I know, surprise, surprise. I said during the last summer special that that would be it until we start the new season, but so much has been going on, and I just wanted to bring you one more before we come back after Labor Day, starting the new season. And so, what is going on, you ask? Well, a lot has going on, but first of all, I want to find out from you guys, how are you? How are you doing? How's summer? You know, we're in the last, what do they call them? Last dog days of summer. And so we're hoping that you are faring well, as we certainly are here at the Cafe Society. You know, that hot girl summer that I've been trying to make happen has not been going so well because of everything else that's going on. But anyway, we're here. And so we're going to bring you this summer special number 4. And the focus is on the people of Haiti, and particularly since in the last month or 4 to 6 weeks, they've been hit with trauma after trauma after trauma. First, like everyone else, they've been trying to deal with and manage this pandemic, you know, the COVID-19 situation. And then, of course, their president was assassinated. The first lady of the country was seriously injured. There's been major disruption in leadership and power structure. And then on August 14th, that 7.2 magnitude earthquake hit the Tiburon Peninsula in the southwest region of Haiti. And, you know, following that, of course, we heard about the tropical storm. And so it has been, again, one thing after another. So joining me today to share her connection with the country of Haiti and some personal impact stories and some updates, I want to bring on Elsie Hernandez, who is founder and president of the Haitian-American Museum of Culture. And joining her, of course, is the executive director of the museum, Carlos Bossard. And so are you guys there? Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well. How are you, Elsie?
I'm great, thank you.
Fantastic. And Carlos is connecting, so we'll get to see him in just a minute, everybody. So hang on. And I'm going to turn up the volume just a little bit so that we can hear each other well. Hi, Carlos.
Hey, hello, good afternoon. How's it going?
Oh, I am well on this hot August day.
Oh my goodness. You're telling me.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. We have the AC cranked up all the way here in Hammock today.
Amen. Thank you for the AC. All
I
right.
have no AC at my house, none.
Oh, Elsie.
In a Greystone home, so.
Oh, Elsie.
Yes, so pray for me.
You're going to have to go out and buy bags of ice and hook yourself up somehow. Go back to those old days of the ice
Hey,
box.
I'm from Haiti now. They don't have electricity, okay?
Oh, yeah, we do
So
have
think
to.
about them. So that's what I think about. That's why I don't have air.
Yeah, that definitely keeps things in perspective, right?
Exactly. So think about me when you're in your AC.
Well, welcome you all. Welcome you both to the show. I'm so glad that we were finally able to pull this together. And before we get into the real tough talk about what the people of Haiti are going through right now, I just want to for a moment, if we can, think about happiness, because August is Happiness Happens Month. So share with me just one thing, nothing to do with what we're going to talk about with the show, although I know that that's on your list of happiness happens, but something that you've done this month to make yourself and others happy. Who wants to go first?
Go first. Something that really made me happy this month is one of my really great friends I haven't seen for 3 or 4 years actually came to visit me recently, and he's never been to Chicago. And so it just made me very happy to show him my home, show him this beautiful city and all the amazing people, the food, all the touristy sightseeing things. So that definitely has made me very happy this month, despite kind of all the other world events that are going on.
Very good. That is a happy moment. Very good. Thank you. Elsie?
Well, I could say this month I decided to have a lounge chairs. I think they call it the beach chairs or whatever. And so I have it now in the trunk of my car. 3 times a week, I stop by Oakwood, 39th Street, where there's a fountain by Drexel and lots of trees. And I get under the tree with my water, and I'm enjoying the universe. The water, there's a water fountain. The sun is right there. The trees are right there. The air is just flowing wonderfully. I feel like I'm part of the universe. And I bring my journal along just in case if I want to drop some ideas down. And I stay there for about maybe between 30 to an hour. And
All
it
right.
refreshes me. It makes me happy. It's like alignment with nature, literally the forces of nature. So it's all good.
Very good. Very good. Thank you for sharing. That does sound like a happy moment. Oh my goodness.
You could join me, Marilyn. It's like,
Yes, I'm going to have to do that one of these days, right?
yeah.
Yeah, well, my happy moment, I guess, I've had many of them over the summer, but specifically for the month of August, I always try to keep some kind of fresh flower in the house. And so this time, well, earlier this week, I went out and got some red roses. So that's a happy moment. And then, of course, for others, just being able to be available to assist where I can when people call out, call on me and want me to do things. And so I've been a part of a weekly prayer group for a young guy by the name of Julius Jones. And we've been praying for him to be released from death row. So it brings me joy and happiness to be able to help his family and others who are garnering around him to support him. And then, of course, just bringing this show today to raise the awareness about what the people in the country of Haiti are experiencing. And I know, Elsie, this latest earthquake has impacted millions in the country of Haiti and left more than 2,200 people dead, injured more than 12,000 people. I believe the report has been that 350 or so are still missing, and that over 100,000 homes have been either damaged or destroyed. And you know firsthand what they're going through. I mean, just kind of looking at some of the news clips about how people are suffering right now, kind of, touches my heart. So, Elsie, can you talk to us a bit about some of those personal traumas that you know about firsthand as a result of all the turmoil and trauma that the people of Haiti has been going through, particularly since this earthquake hit?
Well, thank you, Marilyn, for inviting us, to this show to tell you and your audience about Haiti and the urgency of help that's needed in on the ground. For firsthand, my family is impacted. So my brother used to live in Haiti. He since died in 2008, but he had 5 boys. So 5 children were left, and they live in the area with their mom because that's where the mother is from. And the mother is from Campinas. So the children grew up in there with their parents and stayed there. So my nephew's home was destroyed. So I'm hearing it firsthand how it is that they had to suffer during the period of time where they had the rain right after, 2 days later, the earthquake. And so one of them got sick because they got wet because they couldn't just keep it dry because the home was not habitable. So they had to do something temporarily in the yard, but it wasn't secure enough with the rain. So it tells you, even in a personal level, how it is. And to be honest with you, there are people even worse than that that have no help from the United States and really living on the street, getting wet and just under the poor rain. They have no place to go. The food, of course, is hard to come by. There's a lot of Haitian organizations that are helping, however. They're trying to get to the regions that's not reachable, but you have to walk to get there. The cars can get there, the motorcycles can get there. So, the area where it hits is not Port-au-Prince, so it's merely in the countryside, in the rural areas, where the people are very needy and don't have the homes, the concrete homes that we think about.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. I was reading this morning just to kind of see if there were any latest developments or any news stories coming out of Haiti. And I've been reading that there has been aid sent or aid is being sent, but many of those groups who are offering the aid are being met with challenges because they're saying that the roads have been completely destroyed as a result of the earthquake, so they can't get through. They're saying that some of the roads are flooded due to the tropical storm Grace, and as you just said, Elsie, they're using helicopters now to try to drop food, but they're also being challenged with what they're saying are armed gangs and or even mobs who have hit that desperate point where they're just desperate for food and help and water. But they are also saying that the gangs, I guess that was maybe a week ago, but now the gangs have come together. They've called a truce because the situation is so dire and horrible. So they've called a truce to come together to help with the relief and rescue efforts that are being given to the people of Haiti. And so thankfully, you have been able to come up with a way to help the people of Haiti directly because you have boots on the ground there already. And so it's just a matter of getting the funding to them so that they can do what they need to do. Tell us about what you started with your GoFundMe campaign.
And Carlos could talk a little bit that, and I could tell you the details about it and how we process it.
Okay, Carlos. Go.
Yeah. So, the Haitian-American Museum Chicago is really an epicenter for Haitian art, culture, and history in Chicago and throughout the Midwest. And so as this organization and as this entity, we did really feel it's our responsibility to do what we can to help people on the ground. And I think that is something that is very important in situations like this, is making sure that the funding and the support is directly going to the people who need it the most. And so what we did, and what I am extremely proud of, is last week, on Tuesday, actually, we started our GoFundMe campaign. And this campaign is to raise funds that was be sent directly to 5 families that we've recognized and we've made contact with in, again, a very rural southern region of Haiti. And these 5 families, by giving them the direct funds, they know exactly what they need to help support them, the food, the water, the shelter. And additionally, within Haitian culture, it's a very communal space. And so not only are we going to be affecting these 5 families, but we know that these families will also help the people around them, as they come together and really hopefully together can rebuild their houses, make sure they have the food, make sure that the children and the elderly folks are given what they need. And so our goal was to raise $5,000, so $1,000 per family. And I'm just so happy, Marilyn, to announce that we have made that. We've exceeded that. We're about at $5,400 right now. And we're leaving this GoFundMe campaign open for a little bit more time, because the more funds that we can gather, the more money that we can send to the people on the ground, and again, really make that impact directly on those families in Haiti.
Absolutely. Oh, that is beautiful news. Beautiful news. Elsie, do you want to go give a little bit more detail, because that is very impactful. What Carlos shared with us, it demonstrates how outside of the bigger organizations like the UNICEFs and the American Red Crosses, how an entity like the Haitian-American Museum of Culture can do your own thing and be impactful, where you're actually touching those lives and improving things for them immediately almost.
So in 2010, so I'm a registered nurse with a master's in public health background.
Yeah.
So in 2010, there was a huge earthquake, even though it was lower than this current one, but it had more, it caused more damages, more people have died in it.
Right.
And that particular earthquake, all the international community came forward, and it was so happened that I was so happy to see humanity come together to help a country like Haiti. However, even though they came forward, they did not really help the country, except they helped themselves. So the people remain poorer as we speak. They did not really impact their lives. The Red Cross came, of course, and they did their emergency things, as helping people that are sick, that have had injuries and so forth, which is what they do. That's their mission. And they're left with millions and millions of dollars in their pocket from the people that have donated to them. So the Haitian people now remember this. And so they're like, we don't want those kind of help, because not only did they come and did not do any progress with the money, did not provide the money to the people on the ground, right? And also they left us with cholera, which is a contagious disease that really invaded the people. And in addition to the earthquake death, they added those deaths to the tragedy. So the Haitians really are very cautious these days. And we are saying to everybody that wants to donate, try to donate to the people directly without having those big organizations being the main hand, because they pay probably 80% to their staff, to their personnel, and leave very little to the people. So we're saying, and that's why we have this model at the museum. The model simply say that we will raise $1,000 per family. So the mini 1,000, if we have 6,000, that will be 6 families and so on. Yeah. So that's why we're keeping the campaign going on. We know we started with 5, but the more the merrier. So what does that mean? That means that $1,000, we will not give $1,000 to the family directly all at once. This is in a progressive way to do it. So we have people on the ground that will do the assessment. The assessment will be, what do you really your dire need right now? Is it food? Okay, then that's what we will provide for you. Is it housing? That's what will help you. Is it your children? Is it medicine? Is it hospital? Is it hospital bill? Like, we need to identify exactly what they need and then we will provide them accordingly, because we will have that $1,000 for them to provide it. And if in fact, if it's, for example, school is opening, it might be that their priority is to get the kids uniforms and stuff like that. It depends what the priority is for them at the time. So we will have somebody for each family to do that assessment and work with them at least for 5 to 6 months on a weekly basis, to really give them access, to really give them the mental support, the emotional support, because we didn't talk about mental health.
Yes.
Emotional health. So we're going to have someone underground to be able to help this family. So those families is going to become Hamak's family, you know, so that we will continue, be a continuum. So that's the model.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I mean, there's never enough help, right? And like you said, some of these larger entities, you kind of get caught up in a lot of bureaucracy. And so through Hamak, you can just go straight to the source and get those people the help that they need quick, fast, and in a hurry. Um, that's beautiful. That is awesome. Why don't we share that GoFundMe information? How can someone listening now contribute so that you can add more families to that, and then talk about how $1,000 here in the United States may not seem like a lot to someone, but how in Haiti it's a lot of money.
Yeah, definitely. You know, if anyone is able and willing to donate and continue to impact, again, directly the families on the ground in Haiti, they can go to our website, which is
Excuse me, Carlos, interruption. Well, Marilyn, can you share the screen? Maybe you could visually show the people or no?
Oh, let's see.
That would be better so they could see exactly how to get to there.
Yeah, let's see if we can make that happen. We are going to go to more. No, not more. Oh, there it is. And the green, share screen. So we're going to share the screen with
Marilyn, basically, maybe it's easier if he talks then. It's in the 3 dots at the screen where Carlo is, and you could provide the co-host.
Oh, got it. Make co-host. Thank you for teaching me. There's always something new to learn here. So Carlos, I think I took care of that.
Yeah, I will go ahead, if I may, share the screen.
Yes.
Just so folks can see kind of what's happening over here.
Super duper.
So this is our homepage right now. Again, www.hammock.org. And right when folks come to the website, it says Hammock Stands with Haiti. A little bit just information on August 14th, Haiti was struck by the 7.2 magnitude earthquake, and that we have set up a GoFundMe page to send emergency relief funds to the country. And so right on top, it says click here to donate to the relief efforts. If folks are able and willing, again, this will bring them directly to that GoFundMe page. And again, I am just so happy and amazed at the support that we've been getting. 5,405 of the $5,000 goal, 71 donors, almost 300 shares. People are following. And so right here is where people can go ahead, hit donate now, and really anything will help. $5, $1, $10, $100, anything is amazing. Additionally, on all of our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, we have that campaign link up there as well. So we're making it as easy as possible for people to donate, easy as possible for people to find the page. And again, I just really want to say thank you to everyone who's donated so far, and then anyone who's listening right now that is able to do so. Because like you said, that $1,000 here in the States, can get you something nice, of course, you know, this, that, and the other thing. But in Haiti, it's going to go so far. And again, just like Elsie said, assessing what the families need right now, making sure that they get the help, the relief in any way, shape, or form that they can. So I'm just beyond myself, at a loss for words, really, at how amazing and generous folks have been from all over the place that are finding this GoFundMe campaign and really truly making an impact directly to the families in Haiti.
That is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. So there it is, everybody. Just go to the Hammock webpage, and the landing page is right there for the GoFundMe fund, and everything you need to do is right there. Thank you for sharing, Carlos. Appreciate it. I'm gonna have to steal him sometimes, Elsie.
Well,
Get him to help me out over here.
you'll be one of the people on the list, because everybody wants to steal
I
him.
know.
But I got him. We only have to now.
You got him sold in, huh? Oh, wow.
So Marilyn,
Yes.
1,000. I just Googled it and said, so I could tell you exactly how much that is in Haitian good.
Okay.
It's 95,963 good in Haiti. So in Haiti, the money is good, right? That doesn't mean everything is not expensive. But if you're in a rural area, 300 good will take you a long way. 1,000 good will take you a long way, right? You could buy food with 1,000 good, or so imagine 93,000 something good for them to have is super, super big money, because the average annual salary for Haitians, like, it's really like about, I don't know, maybe they'll say $700 a year. So the 1,000 goes a long way. So people need to see it that way, in that sense, and how much we could help one family. We can just bring themselves back again in a very short term while. So we're very happy we could impact. We started with small numbers because we could say, oh, well, let's feed them for 1 week and let's feed 300. But we know they will be fed for 1 day. What about the next day, in the following day? So I want to do something long-term for them. And one of the possibility is, for example, in the countryside, there are merchants. They go to the market and sell their vegetables, whatever they have grown, for them to survive. So hopefully, we hope that if the basic needs are met, we could provide within that $1,000, $250 to begin a commerce for them, so that they begin to have a business, and hopefully teach them a business sense of it, and have them be accountable for it. So it's not only $1,000 will go a long way, but it's not only that, we want to really bring them out of a sense of self-sustainability, self-worth.
Yes. And not to mention, if their homes have been damaged, they'll be able to use some of that money to repair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I guess with the international aid, although I understand the Haitian government's hesitancy to accept aid, because a lot of times it comes with strings attached, but prayerfully, they'll be able to help get that infrastructure, get the roads back in condition where they're drivable, and you talked about them having their markets, their street markets. First they got to get that debris and all that stuff cleaned up, and so it's gonna I guess what I'm trying to say is gonna take a lot of effort, a lot of people to pitch in to help. And again, one way to directly impact and deal with the immediate needs is through the Haitian-American Museum of Culture. And again, you can go to the website, which is HAMOC.org, right?
Correct.
.org, and you land right there on that GoFundMe page and just give what you want. Every amount helps, and it's 1,000 per family, as Elsie shared with us. And you know, and let's just get it done. Just do it, as they say. Now, listen, tell us about a little bit more about the museum, because I'm sure some people have not heard about the Haitian-American Museum of Culture. How long has it been around, and what are your hours? How, tell us all about it.
Yeah, so the Haitian-American Museum of Chicago, our mission is to promote and uplift Haitian art, culture, and history in metropolitan Chicago and surrounding communities, nationally and internationally, through advocacy, education, and supportive services. We are located in the uptown neighborhood of Chicago, which is one of the most, if not the most diverse neighborhood in the city. And it's super important for us to have a platform for the Haitian people and the Haitian society in this neighborhood because of its diversity. And so just having a space for Haitians to thrive and Haitians to just come and enjoy the paintings from their culture, enjoy the community, is extremely important to us. We are founded by Elsie Hernandez, 2012, and really at the core of that is to help change the narrative of what people know about Haiti. So obviously, people know about the earthquakes, they know about the hurricanes, they know about the assassination, but there is so much more to Haitian culture than what the media perceives all the time. And so we really like to focus on two things. Number one, the vibrancy of Haitian society. In the paintings that you see here, the color, the images, the stories, the history. There's so much to Haitian culture that folks just don't know. And so having this as a space where people can come and learn is extremely important. And the second thing is resiliency. Even now, I think is an extremely important time for us to keep saying that word when we talk about Haitian society is resiliency. They have been put through so much historically, so much in the last 10 years, but they always come out on the other side in high hopes, high spirits, and we want to be a part of that as much as we can. So the vibrancy of the society, the resiliency of the society are two really big things that we focus on here at the museum. Hour-wise, we're open on Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. I'm here during the week. Elsie's here on Sundays. And we call ourselves small and mighty. We take up less than 500 square feet. But again, when you walk into this museum, when you walk into this space, it's so inviting. We want anyone and everyone to come visit us. Just be here to learn, be here to be in community, because it truly is a hidden gem of the city. And we are extremely proud to be leading these efforts as much as we can, not only in Chicago, but throughout the Midwest as well.
Yes, yes, yes. And we must remember that the founder of the city of Chicago is of Haitian descent, Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable. Miss Elsie was involved in a major victory that the Black Heroes Matter campaign made happen over the summer. And that is, of course, the renaming of Lakeshore Drive to Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable, Lakeshore Drive. And so the people of Haiti has definitely put their imprint on the city of Chicago, and it's awesome that this museum exists so that people can learn more about Haiti. And you talked about the negative, how sometimes Haiti is looked at in a negative light. But you know what I found out last night as I was preparing for the show is that, because I kept thinking, why are these earthquakes always happening in Haiti, it seems? And what I discovered is that the country of Haiti sits on two faults. And the faults are what causes earthquakes to happen. And so lucky Haiti, they happen to sit on not just one, but two faults. And so, when the earth shifts underwater, unfortunately, it impacts the country of Haiti because they're sitting right there on those two faults. And not to mention, the Caribbean hurricane season, not just Haiti, but a lot of Caribbean countries are impacted by the hurricanes. And so, that's part of it. I know some people think that it has to do with a curse or whatever. Have you heard that?
Of
That,
course, the voodoo
yeah,
curse, right? It made a
it's all,
contract with the devils.
oh my goodness. And it's all nature. It's all, unfortunately scientific, and that the islands are sitting right there on those two faults, which are pretty active, it seems.
I want to add a couple of things with, into addition to the wonderful job Carlos did. Carlos is, of course, he's the executive director, and he's doing a wonderful job at the Haitian-American Museum. I couldn't do it without him. But since he's been there, so, he has a degree of museum studies from UIC. So he's coming with not only with the energy and the youth, but also with the education background. So I have it all. So so he has brought the museum to the next level since he's been here for a little bit over a year. So we have programming that we do, constant programming. We have exhibitions that we constantly do quarterly. We have speaking engagements on a monthly basis to keep people aware and continue to educate. So the education department is super active. So is our programming. So one of the things, piggyback on the Dusable, Jean-Baptiste went to Dusable, we have in collaboration with with the organization of the, what we call it, our organization, Marilyn.
Black
Heroes Matter. Okay, sorry. With the collaboration of Black Heroes Matter, we have created a curriculum on Jean-Baptiste Dusable to present it to the public school systems or any other schools that's willing to open the doors to us. So we work really hard months to create that curriculum, and it's almost ready to be launched. So anybody that's interested in this curriculum, by all means, contact the Haitian-American Museum of Chicago. Also, we are the only open door or business in the Chicago area, in the Midwest, for the Haitian community. So we are the epicenter. So we have gotten this role because of the fact we are resilient, like Carlos said. We stayed open throughout the virus, the COVID-19, and we still open. We went everything online during the closing, and now we open again. So people know that we are very much alive and very professional, and we do provide really professional programming and exhibitions. So I just wanted to add that to you, Carlos.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that curriculum and learn a little bit more about it, because I know it was not an easy task.
Not at all. Carlos could tell you. Carlos, tell her, because she's trying to finish the final product now.
Yeah, it has been a journey, let me tell you that. But with that, I think a lot of successes, very similar to, the relief that we're doing with the GoFundMe. Sustainability is sustainable impact, I guess I should say, is super important. So with this curriculum, it's really going to hone in on teaching Chicagoland children in the schools about the history of Chicago. And with that, with them knowing that history, we're hoping that they'll continue to share that with their families, generations to come. Because, Dusable was an amazing accomplishment in general. And for him to be Haitian too, just adds that cherry on top. But unfortunately, even folks that were born and live in the city, they don't know about Dusable at all. And so our hope with this curriculum is to be an educational piece, because education is at the core of our mission, but then also that sustainable impact, so that for years to come, the Dusable name won't be an undercover story, won't be something that we suppress. It'll be a highlight of Chicago history.
Yes, and this curriculum will be available to the CPS, the Chicago Public, well, any state school because you follow state standards, right?
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah, so any state school system, as well as entities like Hammock, where, you just want to do some special programming to educate people about DuSable.
Correct.
Yeah.
Got it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, congratulations. And again, I know that piece, that educational piece was so important and so necessary. And so hats off to you, Elsie and Carlos and that whole team who made it happen. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. All right. Well, listen, I'm glad you guys stopped by to bring us up to speed with what's happening with Haiti, the people of Haiti, and how folks can get some immediate assistance to them through Hammock. That's HAMOC.org. And you'll go right to that landing page and make your donation, and you will be impacting families in amazing ways. So be sure to support that. Any closing remarks, you guys, before we sign off?
Marilyn, they could also donate any way they can. If it's mailing, if they want to mail a check, if they
Okay.
want to stop by and give us a check and still see the museum at the same time and leave us something for the campaign, they could do that.
Carlos, do you want to share the address and everything real quick so that anybody viewing can just write it down if they don't have access to
Internet. Mhm.
the internet?
Yeah, definitely. So our address is 4654 North Racine. That's Racine, Racine Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. And then our zip is 60640. And so if anyone either wants to stop by, wants to mail a check, in that way, that's absolutely fabulous. The GoFundMe, absolutely fabulous. And really, again, together we are making a huge impact on the folks in Haiti. And I'm very grateful for all the donors that we've had so far and in the future.
And one
And
more
then
time, the address?
4654 North Racine, Racine Avenue. And then our zip code is 60640.
and then Carlos, could you just put the link in the chat for Marilyn so that she could share it in her email with her,
Mm-hmm.
with her contact? My
I
final
think I already have it. But yeah, that'll be nice along
so
with the logo as well.
oh, you have the logo yet? No?
I can give that to you too.
Okay, so you'll get the logo and the link for this GoFundMe. My final statement is Hammock Haitian-American Museum of Chicago is a diverse museum. So we want all communities to be engaged at the museum. African American, all Caribbeans or South Americans, Latin Americans, anybody, Europeans, Asians. We are an institution that invites an international scene and international people. So just know that our door is open and we are welcome here to everybody. So join us, be a member. We have a membership policy, right? I don't know, is it $30, I think, per year? Membership to become a member at the museum. So if you want to become a member and receive all the current activities, you may want to reach out to the museum and then sign up in the website as well. That's
Very good.
that's my last statement. Although Marilyn, you're busy trying to read something.
Yeah, I was trying to get that link over into my on my desktop so that I can do what I
Okay.
need to do with it. The link and the logo. All
All that
right.
stuff should be in the chat.
Carlos, you have any statement to say? Last statement?
I just, Marilyn, thank you so much for inviting us today. Hello, and thank you everyone who is watching and listening. Please come visit us if you're in Chicago anytime. We're open to the public, and it'd be lovely to see everyone. Join us in one of our virtual or in-person programs. And then definitely, if you're able and willing to help us make an impact on those families in Haiti, go to that GoFundMe page. You can find it on our website. Anything is fantastic, and truly I am very thankful for just all the support and all the people that have been reaching out over the past month. It truly means a lot to us. So thank you all so much, and thank you, Marilyn, again. Thank you, Elsie. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Marilyn.
All right, wonderful. Thank you guys so much for stopping by the show, hanging out, and getting that important information out so that, people are aware. Sometimes stories kind of get buried in the news, and unfortunately, that is what has been happening with what's happening in Haiti. So prayerfully, we have brought it back up to the top of the news, and we are raising people's awareness and reminding them that the people of Haiti are still hurting and need help. And you can go to hammock, HAMOC.org. The landing page will take you to the GoFundMe link, or you can send a check to Hammock, HAMOC, 4654 North Racine Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60640. And I'll definitely add these links to the YouTube video, underneath the YouTube video, for the viewers who are watching this. Thank you guys so much for sharing some of your time on this Tuesday. Keep cool, although I know, Elsie, it's just a walk in the park for you. You're fine. But Carlos, you're like me. We're over here like, bring out the air.
Yes.
All right. All
Thank
right,
you
guys.
so much for inviting us. Thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate
Thank you.
that. Bye-bye.
We'll be in touch. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
All right, everybody. And so again, Elsie Hernandez, who is a lady who wears many hats, as you've heard. She's an RN. She's a university instructor. She's founder and president of the Haitian-American Museum of Chicago, and so much more. So we appreciate her for stopping by. And again, Carlos Bossard, who is the executive director of the museum, and is in charge of the programming and all of the wonderful experience that you would have when you visit that museum. So again, you can help them by going to hammock, HAMOC.org, and that landing page, make a donation. They have foots on the ground right there in that impacted area of Haiti, who will identify the families who need that assistance. $1,000 per family goes a long way. So be sure to support that effort. And once again, if you're not connected to the internet and you want to just mail a check, you can mail it to Hammock, HAMOC, at 4654 North Racine Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60640. Again, I'll put all of that in the comment section of this video for you as well. All right, and so before we get out of here, again, this is a summer special number 4. I just want to remind you what our word is for the month of August, and it is asynchronous, which means to occur or happen all at the same time, or occupying the equal time or space. All right. And that's it. And just one more time, as we close out, I want to remind you guys that we are gearing up for the, what am I calling it? The Christmas giveaway. The Christmas giveaway, which is going to start in October. So if you're a business or a brand, or you have products and you want to help us with that Christmas giveaway, you can reach out to us via email at producer@marilynscafesociety.com, producer@marilynscafesociety.com. Also, if you have show ideas, do that as well. You can go to marilynscafesociety.com, which is the website to link to all of my social media platforms, as well as the blog. All right, so here on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And that is it. Before we go, I got to remind you what love is, and love is on this day of the people of Haiti. All right. So remember, if you don't do anything else, be sure that you live, you laugh, and you love. And I'm almost certain this is our last summer special, and we will be starting up the new season right after Labor Day. It's a pleasure and a privilege as always, everyone. I'll see you on the next show. Peace.